Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you. My name is Brian Yop, and I'm the Director of Programs and Operations for an organization called MotorCities National Heritage Area. In case you didn't know, MotorCities National Heritage Area is a nonprofit affiliate of the National Park Service. So we are here in Michigan telling the story of the automotive and labor history, about how the people, places, and the ideas of this region put the world on wheels and change the way the world works. We do it by supporting preservation through revitalization of historic homes and artifacts and documents. We encourage economic development via tourism with our events and our sites, our museums. And then we also create educational programming, which makes that history available and relevant for generations to come. And that's where you all come in. So today is really exciting when we kick off a new program. We're going to announce it today. But first things first, I'd like to invite up our true host for the event from Grosse Pointe Academy, Ms. Bridget Murray. Give it up. Yeah. It's the last day you don't have to save your applause.
Yeah, I know. We're in the middle of figuring that out for graduation and everything is.
You gotta pace yourself for applause.
That's right. So I would just really like to welcome Brian and everybody here to announce this new awesome initiative. My name is, of course, Bridget Murray. I'm the assistant head of school and the middle school division head. And I'm thrilled that you were able to connect with Trevor to bring this program and have our rising 8th graders be some of the first to participate. So I've known Trevor for quite a long time. We taught downstairs together in the lower school, and I convinced him to come up and be one of my partners up in the middle school. And one of the things that Trevor and I have connected on for as long as I've known him is our love for the outdoors in the national parks. So you might have heard we just got back from Rocky Mountain National Park, and we're soon to head to the New River down in West Virginia. So we're just excited to be a part of your new initiative and to be a part of this and have our students learn about these MotorCities Heritage Area. So thank you so much for being here, and thank you, Trevor, for bringing this to GPA. Our students are so lucky to have you and to have this opportunity to learn about our surrounding areas. So thank you and welcome.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Ms. Murray. It really is a privilege to be here and to have been connected with this. It's a long story that Mr. Clor will share some pieces of it too, but it was an amazing history that brought us all together. In a way, today what we're announcing is a project that's almost 20 years in the making. When we started MotorCities in 1998, we always wanted to have a Junior Ranger program. But in a more specific way, it's really a project that's just a couple years in the planning. Our board of directors created a task force to help realize the goal of launching a Junior Ranger program anchored to our youth education programming. And we started that process in late 2019 with a traditional Junior Ranger program where you travel to a site and do an activity and you earn your badge. And it sounds like the regular National Park Service program. And then early 2020 happened, and things changed. And our plans were paused. And in that time, we took a look at the program and reevaluated our audience and our goals and what we really wanted to do. Our goal is to make sure we connected our users, our participants, our residents with our themes and the stories of the National Heritage Area. So we didn't want to make it so site-specific, we wanted to make it accessible to anyone and everyone. So our focus shifted to a virtual option. We wanted to look at ways that we could deliver this content without making every person go to all these different sites. We had tremendous support, and you see the icon up here of the National Park Foundation. So they're a group that supports initiatives that help get kids and young people connected with national parks. So we were very fortunate to have them be involved in this and to fund this, and to say that even though we had a great funding project with them already, taking kids to parks, they said, sure, flip that and make it a virtual project and make it our Junior Ranger program. So that relationship turned into what you're going to see here today, which is the launch of our Junior Ranger program. So what you see here, if you go to, and I'll give you the website, you go to Junior Rangers on the MotorCities website and you'll see how to start your trip. And we call it a trip to play on our automotive heritage. And the way that you progress through it is that you go through several stops, and you'll see motorcities.org Junior-Ranger. That's where you're going to get in contact with the website. You go through several stops, and that's how you earn your badge. You will go through stop number 1, different activities, different themes that are connected with the heritage area, connected with our themes and our stories, and you progress through the stops, the themes, and the challenges. And after go through the instructions, you'll learn how many challenges you need to do based on what age you are. So it's different for different age groups. We want everyone to be able to take a look at it. Parents are encouraged to help, and in some cases, youngsters will need to talk to their parents about their stories. There's a challenge in there to ask you to ask your parents about their first car or what their experience was in the automobile. Maybe some of your parents, grandparents worked with cars, designing cars, building cars, selling cars. So there's a story with all of us. It's hard to throw a rock and not hit something about the automobile industry in the region that we live in. So we ask our parents to encourage them to work with it really as a family affair. So you see there'll be opportunities to be creative with your color palette for those of you who want to use those skills and design your own vehicle. What would you have your car look like if you were designing your own? There's another activity based around the inspiration of the famed Rosie the Riveter icon. You may not know this, but the Rosie the Riveter that you see, and a lot of people see, was right here in Michigan. Those were women who went to work in factories, primarily run by Ford, but really it's any woman who went to work at a time where women were not working. And they went to work to help out during World War II, and they kept working and changed the way we work and live today. So the Rosie the Riveter icon started here. We want you to take your own spin on it. What do you think about women's roles in automotive, women's role in the workplace, our role in the arsenal of democracy, how we helped to win world wars out of this area? So you'll learn a lot about that as you study these pages. After completing the appropriate number of tasks, taking the Junior Ranger pledge, of course, you submit your Junior Ranger application, and you will receive this beautiful badge and be officially a MotorCities Junior Ranger with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities of any other Ranger. So it'll be exciting once you complete that task. It really is a great way to connect our local history and our national history, and your adventure begins at motorcities.org/junior-ranger. So we encourage everybody to take a look at it right away. In fact, someone who's already sought and found adventure is our next speaker. You've already heard about him. You know him well. You're going to show your love. Mr. Clor, is a great hero, I think, of this sort of movie. I don't want to overshoot it, but a hero. I mean, to hear about what you guys have been doing, the fact that you just went to a national park, and as you close out your school year, my mind was blown to go, yeah, we're here at the Rocky Mountain National Park. Like, wait a minute, school's still going on. It's like, aha, yes. So it's a good time, and I hope you enjoyed yourselves. But I really want to ask Mr. Clor to come up and tell his story about why he's so passionate about the national parks, why it is that you all get the great opportunity to do what you do, and how we're going to work together on this project. So, Mr. Clor, let's do it.
All right. Hi. This is a fun way to do class, right? Well, my national park story, I had to go back and date it. I think it goes back to 1990. In 1990, a documentary film came out about the Civil War, Ken Burns' Civil War, and I was 8, but I was obsessed with it. I thought it was the most mesmerizing thing. And I was lucky enough that then my parents and grandparents took me on family vacations. They probably would have rather gone to beaches and mountains, but we went to Civil War battlefields, and I was able to experience what I had seen in that movie in life, in real life. Come to find out later, all these places are part of the National Park Service. We went to Fort Sumter, Gettysburg, Appomattox. We'll learn about these places next year, I promise. Now, fast forward a couple decades, I chose to become a teacher, and then of course, history, right? I chose to become a history teacher. So going back in my experience, the best way I learned was seeing places, being there in person, feeling what it was like. So I'm trying to get all of you there as well, so you can be there with me. There's a great quote. This is really the inspiration for our 8th grade curriculum, but former Supreme Court Justice Sandra Day O'Connor, she has this quote: "There's no better route to civic understanding than visiting our national parks. They're who we are, and they're where we've been." So that's my motivation. We're going to learn history, but we're going to get out there and we're going to do it, and I think that's going to be the best way for you all to learn. Now, we had a couple 8th graders who were going to talk about Rocky Mountain, but they had to go crimp.
Yes, they have their big night tonight.
So they couldn't be here. Anyone have memories from West Virginia that you want to share? You don't have to go and put you on the spot. No? Okay, some of this group has traveled to a national park with us already. Our school has a long history of going to the New River Gorge, which is the newest national park in the National Park Service. And we do a school rafting trip. This one's after school time. This one's voluntary. But on that trip, that's kind of more about like physically like facing your fears and experiencing new things. Birdie was going to talk about how she was a little bit intimidated about kayaking through Class 3 rapids. But after she saw her teachers and her classmates do it, she jumped in, and afterwards, it was the coolest thing. We were also going to have Maddie. She was going to speak about the summer project, which we'll get to in a minute. But last summer, for her summer project, she went to Sleeping Bear Dunes, which is a national lakeshore. She had never been before. She did the project, filled it out, and was so happy that she did because it was a really great experience for her. You guys have done the summer project. How many times? Twice already? Yeah. Cool. Okay, so we're doing a twist on the summer project this year.
Done.
You want me to go to it? Go for it? Okay, you guys, you know how to do the summer project. You're doing it again. You're visiting a historic site. You're gonna fill out your form, as you always do, what you learned from the site, what you already knew about the site. Do you recommend people go to the site? But the catch is this year, we're gonna do our summer reports all about MotorCities National Heritage Area. We've got a list, an awesome list here, of places where actually you can get your passport stamped from the national parks. We're asking you to visit one of these sites, fill out your paperwork, take your selfie, as you always do, come back in the fall, present to us, and then what we're going to do is we're going to compile all of the research that you guys did over the summer. We're going to make one presentation kind of like this. We're going to give it to Mr. Yap at MotorCities, and you're going to take it worldwide.
Absolutely.
You're going to take it worldwide, yeah. So we're going to help create some really cool content for the National Park Service. You guys are the first to do it. It's going to be awesome. Then later in the year, we're going to visit as many national parks as we can. Hopefully we'll get to the River Raisin Battlefield in Monroe. We'll hopefully get to Rocky Mountain National Park again. And if you're coming on the whitewater rafting trip, you'll make a stop at Cuyahoga National Park. You'll make a stop, of course, at the New River. I think I'm gonna make a pit stop as well at to First Lady's National Historic Site in Canton, Ohio. We haven't done that before, so that'll be cool. You guys pumped for summer projects?
God say.
It's not math, right?
I wondered when that was going to happen.
There you go. Cool. Okay. Well, thank you guys. It's gonna be a great year next year, and it's gonna be an awesome summer.
Thank you.
That really is awesome. I hope you all appreciate what your teachers and your school are doing for you, because that is great to be able to enjoy these sorts of experiences. It really is special. And I'm excited about what you're going to uncover as you explore the MotorCities Heritage Area this summer. But Mr. Clor, the assignment that you've given these students kind of inspires me to a broader challenge. And those, for everyone who's watching us, we're Facebook Live right now, we're recording this for posterity, so more people are going to see this. For all of us who are watching and hearing us today, the assignment in this challenge sparks one for all of the Girl Scouts and the Boy Scouts and the youth camps and the church groups, for all of the family reunions and the weekend road trippers, for all of the car cruisers and the librarians, for those who have their summer ahead of them and want to take on this challenge too. We're going to ask you to go out and explore the MotorCities National Heritage Area. And Mr. Clor mentioned our passport book. We actually have a bunch of the passport guides to hand to all of you to kickstart the process. So you'll have your guides in your hands as you get ready to go out and visit the sites. But the guides are available at all of the MotorCities locations that are on our website, and you'll see them if you look up the motorcities.org and look at our passport program. So that's where you go and get your stamp. That is just the same stamp as you would get if you went to a national park anywhere in the country. So we are that well connected to it. And I'll tell you a story about how important this is. We had the pleasure a couple weeks ago of hosting the director of the National Park Service. He came to Detroit and he wanted to visit the area, and we tried as hard as we could to get him to come here, but the schedule just didn't work out. But I told him about Grosse Pointe Academy, and I told him about the students and how enthusiastic you were and what Mr. Clor and the team were doing, and he couldn't be more excited about it. So I bet that you're gonna have a big fan of what you do this summer, and you may have a special guest join you when you come back for that presentation. You may not be able to come here, but I will get them on the line. Yeah, I'm going to tease that, and we'll see who shows up. But we're excited about that. So for those who are watching this, and even for you all who are going to go out and explore, don't just think locally. I mean, you're in Grosse Pointe. You could go to the SOL Ford House. That'd be great. But think about the MotorCities National Heritage Area that goes well beyond that. I'm going to show you a map. This is our footprint. This is how far we go in the States. We go as far north as Saginaw, as far west as Kalamazoo, south to Monroe, and east deeper into Macomb County. So go out and explore Motor Cities, and in fact, use that hashtag Explore Motor Cities, as you go out and learn more about the REO's Museum in Lansing, or the Gilmore Car Museum in Hickory Corners near Kalamazoo, or say hello to our friends at the Michigan Military Technical Museum in East Point, or the Ypsilanti Auto Museum in Ypsilanti. So these are all great heritage area sites that you could go visit, and I'm going to encourage you to make that challenge even stronger to go a little further outside of your typical space to explore Motor Cities. All of these partners are open and eagerly waiting for you guys to drop by, both you in this room and those who are watching us, to come by, drop by, and learn more about them. Again, utilize the hashtag Explore Motor Cities as you visit these areas. I know you want to take some selfies and post some things. We're talking about TikTok and Instagram and have some fun with it. But we want to see all of that. And when we come back with our summer scrapbooks, when we come back together, we'll be able to share not just what you did, what everybody out there did. So it'll be a good compare and contrast to all of that. So to wrap it up, remember to start your trip today. The Junior Ranger Program challenge is out there, motorcities.org/junior-ranger, and then go beyond that to our Passport program and go all summer long with the hashtag Explore Motor Cities. So I appreciate you all taking the time. Thanks so much for coming out, and I'd like to, if there are any questions, we have our media friends here. We're available afterwards, or if you want to throw them out there right now, put us on the spot. Why not?
How about extra credit? What if you visit multiple locations? You want extra credit?
Of course.
Put that out there.
That's
Tell the film.
Give us a call and we'll let you know the easiest way to get around some of them. Some of them are pretty close to each other. You could maybe go to the Detroit Historical Museum and go across the street to the Detroit Institute of Arts. That might be an easy 1-2, a nice afternoon. Any other questions? Comments, concerns? Good.
Okay.
All right, we thank you all. Appreciate it. We'll be around.